Okay, so Dad's got it fired up in the shop here now. RPM gauge is working. There's no movement in the diff. We'll probably open the doors, or maybe not. I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, so we are going to open the doors here, and we are going to move this Blue Bomber out. Okay, so Dad's moving out the Blue Bomber, and we're going to retest this all over again. I'm going to hop in. We're going to do a couple spins around the yard here. So there's no movement on the U-bolts, so I think we fixed that issue with that diff knocking. Yep, let's put the brake on again. The brake is going up and down a little bit. So you see how it's moving there?
Oh yeah, okay.
Is that an issue or? Like the transmission is actually moving that whole thing. Dad's going to take it out to the field where it's a little more natural conditions for use for the Bombardier. Okay. Dad's just gonna boot around here with all the lights on and everything. Make sure all the lights are working. So this new test run here, everything seems to be working good. And he's got it right up at speed. And we're gonna try and follow him around here as best we can. And this is just the field right next to the shop. It's running great. Okay, just get back in, I guess. Track seems good. Tighten that up. All the lights are working. And he's got the escape hatches open. Lights here work. Everything seems to be good. And we're going to hop back in. Windshield wipers are working. Wipers are off. The lower motor heater in this is really warm. It's a 32,000 BTU floor motor heater and it's toasty warm in the machine right now. shifter's working really well. Okay, what do you think?
I think it's
Ready to go, or?
I think it's ready to go.
Fog lights off. There you go. So we got to put the floor back in here now,
Yeah.
and call the customer and schedule a pickup.
Maybe I should call the truck hire down there to keep it from moving.
Okay. So Dad's not completely 110% satisfied, but it's a hell of a lot better test run today than it was the other day. He's got the movement and the diff sorted out, and so he's just going to move it back into the shop, tighten up a few more things, and we'll probably end up calling the customer soon here on this one. Got it back in the shop here now. It's going to thaw out a bit, and everything looks good, runs well. One of the things we noticed was the transmission was moving when you put on the brake, so you might be welding in a new piece of metal here. So Dad is going to do one more reinforcing bit here to reinforce that brake and transmission, and he's cutting the metal right now. He's just finding a good chunk, and this is probably the last task for this Bombardier. So Dad just got finished welding here and putting in some reinforcing beams, and he put them back here, and underneath here the reinforcing beams are, so that that transmission doesn't move around with the brake rotor. So floor's back in. We are going to call the customer, and we're going to tell them, come pick up your machine.
It's not the customer's fault. It's the guys that were hatching and fooling around the head of it.
Okay. Do you?
I think they were smarter than Bombardier, because they just incorporate a piece of shit in anywhere.
So that's Dad's feeling right now, but as far as I know right now, this could be potentially done.